It's now time for the Advanced Medical Solutions Show, helping to improve your life each and every day. And now your host, Fulton Wooten and Dr. Dwyer Scott.
Good morning, Myrtle Beach. Good morning, USA. This is Fulton Wooten, and I am live this Sunday morning here, the 4th of July, with Dr. Dwyer Scott of Advanced Medical Solutions. Good morning, Dr. Scott.
Good morning, Fulton Wooten. It's good to see you, my man.
You too. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. First off, I want to say, hey,
yes,
thank you for inviting me to dinner the other night.
Awesome.
I had a great time at your golf clubhouse.
Yes.
It was a great place. The food was amazing. I really had a good time, so I appreciate that.
You're welcome, man. Shout out to Tidewater up there on the north end of Cherry Grove.
Classy place.
Love it, man.
Speaking of class,
yes,
we got a guest today.
We do.
We got a guest who is full of class, but she also,
and sass.
Yeah, that's right. Class and sass. Welcome to the show, Lynn.
Yes.
So good to be here, Dr.
Miss
Scott.
Lynn
Thank you.
Henney. I think I met Lynn maybe about 4 years ago.
It seems like a lifetime.
Seems like a lifetime. I feel like I've known her forever.
Okay.
We've been through more in 4 years than I've been through with a lot with people in my life. So Lynn's an awesome lady. She's smart. She's classy. She's fun. So anyway, we're going to talk to her.
Awesome.
I mean, she and I have had many... She's worked with me before in our office.
Okay, yep.
She's babysits for me, for my kids.
Oh, wow.
She's just all around. She's got interest in hairstylist studios. She does more. I don't know. She's got a lot going on. But she's been a great patient for years. She's a great person. And even more so, eventually we're going to get to talking about her husband. Her husband had something phenomenal happen. Just in the past week or so. So we're going to get into that.
That's
Lynn,
awesome.
say hello to everybody, please.
Hey, everybody.
Tell everybody
so
where
great
you're
to be here. I'm from New York City, born and raised here for the last 5 years, 6 years.
Okay.
5-6 years been in Myrtle Beach?
In Myrtle Beach. I never was here before. I moved here.
Welcome.
I did it blind.
What brought you here?
My husband and daughter.
Very cool.
Okay. And
I met Dr. Scott, and I kind of changed my life. He really did. From everything that he teaches to everything that goes on, I've learned so much, and about stem cells that I never knew. Chiropractic, I've always believed in. I started going to a chiropractor in the 80s, but I've never had an adjustment like Dr. Scott gives. I refuse to let anyone else touch me. Seriously. I love it. I get trigger points a lot there, and it helps. That and massage helps a lot with what I have going on with my neck, and that's it.
okay, it's awesome, somebody like you, to see the excitement and enthusiasm in your voice, because you found Dr. Scott. You came to Myrtle Beach thinking you were coming to paradise, and you couldn't function in paradise. You couldn't do what you needed to do until you found Dr. Scott in Advanced Medical Solutions.
That is absolutely true. I was not happy until I started working which was the practice.
Yeah, let me tell you how slick Lynn is, how smart she is. So
he knows me very well.
Here it comes.
She's sharp now.
Here it comes.
I
this
can't
is how
remember.
I got the job.
That's how she got the job. Okay, watch.
So truth
we were doing something, I can't remember what it was.
It was a Gold Star Mothers luncheon.
Gold Star Mothers luncheon for mothers of veterans and warriors who've lost their lives.
Yes.
And I met up with her there. She was there with her husband. They ride bikes. They ride Harleys.
Yeah.
She's part of a biker gang.
Yeah,
right?
that's me.
Her and her husband.
So this strange guy sits down at our table, and me being me, I have to say, "Hey, I'm Lynn. You are?"
Dr.
And
Scott.
I had a job before I left the table because I told him I can do everything with insurance.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I had this
I don't know what I'm
we
doing.
started
I thought I
talking. We started talking this and that, and I kind of started sharing with her about the office and what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
She said, I do that.
I can do that.
I've done that for years. Really? Yes. She comes in the office and starts laying some things out. I really have no idea what I'm doing here. But
this is how I became
But here's what I love.
concierge.
She became the concierge of advancement. Here's what I love, though, Fortune. She knew what she wanted. She trusted me. We kind of had this relationship. And she was like, you know what? That's the guy I need to get up with. I'm connected to this guy. I need to get up with this guy.
That's exactly how I felt.
That's how she felt. She moved forward to that, whatever it took. And it worked out. And it's been 4 years.
Yes.
A few ups and downs with her, but nothing like anything.
That's
and she's helped a lot of people out. We've had doctors in our office that go open up their own office, and she would go help them open up their offices.
Yeah.
It's just been phenomenal to the point where now she's got a lot of interest elsewhere, and in her free time, she helps me out with the kids. The kids love her. And again, at the same time, she's a patient and her husband. I want to talk about your husband now.
Let's talk about my husband.
Let's talk about him.
I tell you
He
what,
is a cool guy.
But before we do, we're going to let Rick tell everybody how to call Advanced Medical Solutions. Give them the number, set an appointment. It's easy. It's effortless. Rick, tell them where to call.
All right, so we are back. Hey, we have a guest today. If you haven't been listening, this is Lynn. She's full of class and full of sass. Fulton Wooten is here. Good to see you, Fulton.
Thank you, Dr. Scott.
We're going to jump right into it. We've been talking about Lynn, just overall great person, great success being a patient at the office, but I want to get right into your husband, Walter.
Yeah, let's hear
Walter's a great guy. Again, he's a biker, a Harley guy, hard worker. You can just tell, he's a good guy. I've looked at his x-rays. As soon as you look at somebody's x-rays, you can tell what they've been through in their life, and he's beat the body up. He's beat the body up. He wears it well. He's been a patient for years. But just recently, he decided to do something a little different with his shoulders. Tell me, because I've been in and out, and I see y'all here and there.
Okay.
More so at my house than at the office. But obviously, he was suffering with some shoulder pains a little beyond what I was aware of. And he finally said something. I'm like, we got to do something. So take us through that. What was he? Right. How was he suffering? What was going on? So how was it affecting his life?
He literally could not sleep on his side for years. He would be up all night, tossing, turning. He finally went, I forgot what doctor he went to, but they determined that he had tears in both shoulders.
Okay, yep.
So I said, well, we got to talk to Dr. Scott before. I'm not going surgery route or anything like that.
So they did make a recommendation that he might need some surgery on those shoulders?
And I didn't want to go.
Okay.
You would never forgive me if I went that route before going to you. I just wouldn't hear of it, basically. So we got the money together and we did it.
Well, hold on. Back up. That's the story.
Whoa. Wait, let me hear the path. Okay. I need to hear the steps. Really there's a whole lot more.
Okay.
This is 30 minutes.
We got the money together. We got it done.
And it's over.
Water the bell. He is done. That's the story.
He's fixed. I love it.
Okay.
So let's talk about what was he noticing.
Yes.
What was he noticing, like around the house? Were there some things that he couldn't do that he wanted to do?
He couldn't sleep.
He couldn't sleep. That was terrible.
So that's big enough
huge.
Right there.
And it wasn't only his shoulders, both hands, probably carpal tunnel, and they wanted to do surgery on that too.
Wow.
So no, not until you try.
How long was he suffering before he decided to get something checked out and then got a recommendation for surgery?
He's the suffer in silence kind.
Yeah,
so
I know.
it was years. It's been years.
And now, many people in that situation also turn to opioids. We always talk on here about there's never an opioid prescribed at Dr. Scott with Advanced Medical Solutions. So,
never.
But think about how many times the doctor offered him a prescription.
Over the years, it's countless.
Exactly.
He never feels good from them, and they don't really work. It's just masking it. It's not helping, and you can probably hurt yourself if you're not really feeling it and do too much.
Yeah,
that's what I always thought. It was wrong.
So how many years now? So we see both shoulders are affected.
Okay. Both shoulders. He's had
10 years, 20 years, 40 years.
Let's talk 20.
Okay,
at least,
20
at
plus.
least.
Now, I know he's been a patient at the office for years, and we've probably been doing some work with some things that's probably helped him out a little bit, but maybe it just wasn't getting to where he needed it to go, and he just...
No, at the beginning, the trigger points really helped him.
Okay.
The trigger point injections really helped, and then they stopped. It got to a point where it was just not doing it.
Now, were you the first patient? You were a patient before he was, so you...
Oh, yeah. I told him he must come to a chiropractor.
Exactly.
He must come there.
Exactly.
He had never been to a chiropractor before. And I was like, you're kidding me.
Had he ever had medical procedures like we do? Like trigger point injections?
He's had cortisone injections, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Just a placebo.
But he's never been to a place where they put it all together with the therapy, the chiropractic work, and the medical treatments.
Not at all like AMS. There is nothing that I have seen that's like AMS.
And so he was doing some basic treatments, but it just wasn't getting him. And so he got fed up with it. He was losing sleep. it was affecting his day-to-day life.
It was affecting his day-to-day life. He was miserable. He was grouchy.
And he's also got a lot of responsibility, okay?
And he also,
I'll just tell you how benevolent and sweet these two are. Is
Okay.
they have mothers who live in New York and New Jersey, and they're older and they're having some health complications, and they travel back and forth to New York and New Jersey to take care
That's a
of their
lot of
parents.
driving.
And so Walter, I know he takes care of you, Lynn. He takes care of your house. He's taking care of his mom, your mom. He stays busy, and he is that silent, painful type, and he'll hide it away. He don't want to be a burden on anybody.
No, he's not like I am.
He's just-
I'll cry immediately. Help me. Now.
He is the strong,
Yes.
humble, quiet type that's
Awesome.
taking care of everybody and does not want to be a burden. He's getting it done. He's just been suffering with it, and he got to the point he's like, I got to do something.
Right.
And so that's when the recommendations were for the regenerative medicine or the human cellular tissue product. And so he did that about,
I want to say 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago?
Maybe. I don't even think even 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, been
It's
very
brand
recent.
new.
Brand new.
That's why I wanted to
Fresh.
invite her in, because she
Fresh.
was watching the kids for me one day. And, well, I remember recently talking to Walter. I was popping in and out of the office and talked to Walter, and he was like, the shoulders. And I asked him, I'm like, well, haven't we been working on it? Yeah. Is it just... And I could just tell. Walter's not going to say anything. He's not going to complain about anything
He never
unless it's for real.
It's
And
real.
then when he does complain about it, it's still small complaint. But I know if Walter's saying something to me about it, I'm like, something's going on here. This is really bothering Walter. So I don't know if I mentioned it or somebody mentioned it, I'm like, you need to get the good stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do it, and you don't want to wait. You're busting your ass. You're working hard for everybody around you. Everybody needs you. Just take care of yourself, and it's right here. You're already here, Walter. You're here. It's here now, and it'll take a matter of 24 hours from the time we're talking right now to make this happen.
And already, I didn't want him to get surgery. He's older. He's 67.
Okay.
And I figure, why not have a great quality of life? Waste of life. Do it. Just do it. It doesn't matter about anything else. If you're not feeling well, if you're not healthy, you're going to be miserable, and everyone around you is going to be. And it's changed. It's changed drastically inside of a week. It's really changed.
So what's happened in the past week or two? So before pain, can't sleep, taking medications, within a week or two of just doing that injection, the appointment probably took, 30 minutes to an hour? What's happened in the past 2 weeks?
Well, he hasn't been home for the past 2 weeks. That's the other thing. It was only a couple of days that I had before he had to go to New York. So I kept watching him like a hawk. I wanted to see,
Yes.
like I wanted to see the
You were looking.
instant results.
You were
I kept
looking.
asking him, so? He's like,
And
after a while he was saying, will you leave me alone already? I will let you know the second anything happens.
So
Trying to
I
ride-
I can see her. So
yeah,
anything?
yeah, pushing that button.
That's what I do, push buttons, yes.
So I know one thing you told me, he's sleeping better.
He is sleeping. It's amazing,
Awesome.
which means I'm sleeping better.
Yes, of course.
And so I think you said this is the first time he's gotten sleep without having to take drugs and medication before going to sleep in years.
In years.
So not only is he not taking those medications to sleep and to feel better, but also he's getting better sleep.
He's getting much better sleep. So
That's
quality of life is so much better.
That's
You're living
amazing.
with a pleasant person for a change. It can really change everything. Everything in life.
Absolutely. And it's good to see that. Also, Dr. Scott, here's a good point, a place to point out how the vitamin infusions fit in so well right now. He's getting such good sleep, and in vitamin infusion right now would be like exponential, just a jolt to his system to give it that boost because he's getting the rest, and now he would be getting, all the
point,
supplements,
yes.
all the vitamins. I mean, that's what I love about the program you've set up at Advanced Medical Solutions. It works together. It's not, one or the other. It's not a prescription. It is it's a machinery. It's got wheels that
And it's got
turn.
levels.
Yes, exactly.
Once you clear this level, get out of pain, then we go to the next level and the next level.
Exactly. So, Rick, tell them where to call to set up an appointment to come and visit Dr. Scott at Advanced Medical Solutions. Thank you, Rick. We're back. I'm here with Dr. Scott of Advanced Medical Solutions.
Hello.
And one of his guests, Lynn, is with us here in the studio today. Welcome, Lynn.
Why, thank you. It's great to be here.
So, Dr. Scott, we were just discussing before the break. I'll let you take back over the conversation that you were having with Lynn and discussing her husband's process as he's been coming through at Advanced Medical Solutions.
So as Lynn's been a patient at the office, her husband Walter also became a patient, just doing basic stuff, and found out he was having, he's a quiet guy, doesn't really complain about much, but he complained about his shoulders. And I know when a person like Walter finally complains even a little bit about something, this is a big deal. He don't want to be a burden on anybody, nor does he even want to complain. But even when tough guys get to the point, they're going to say something, and that's what happens. So I'm like, let's just get this. Once I realized, really what he was suffering with, I said, hey, Walter, let's just get this fixed, Walter. You're here. It's here. You're here. This can be taken care of quickly.
Right now.
This can be taken care of right now. He's been recommended surgery. Okay, on his shoulders.
That's
I'm like,
when I
no,
yes,
no, Walter. This can be done in less than 24 hours. It can be taken care of. That's when he and Lynn, I guess, talked to our medical team. They made some recommendations, and I found out Lynn was watching the kids. They were at the house, and Walter was there, and
he also loves the kids.
He loves it. They play it, and I can't remember. I don't even think. I really don't think Walter said anything. He's not a man of many words. Okay. I think Lynn said it. I think Lynn said, "Hey, it's only been a week. It's only been a week or so, and Walter shoulders are no longer hurting. He doesn't have to take medication to sleep. He can sleep throughout the night. He's doing great." And Lynn's an honest woman, okay? Sometimes she's too honest, like me, okay? And so I knew when she told me, and her enthusiasm, her emotional expression when she told me, I knew she was not playing around. And I clearly remember when you said that to me, and it made me feel great.
I'm
so happy that Walter's feeling better.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What do you think Walter's going to do, seeing as he's feeling better? How do you think it's going to affect his life or even your life? I know he's taking care of his mom. You are taking care of your mom.
He was out there painting the fence today at his mom's house. I was FaceTiming him, and he was painting the fence.
2 weeks, and he's painting the fence.
Yeah, but you don't know Walter.
Hi.
But he was doing it without having to stop and take Tylenol.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say.
Yes.
I was about to say he'd probably be painting the fence anyway.
Right.
But he's doing it probably with a different.
Exactly.
He's doing it pain free. He's going to sleep better. So I'm very interested in.
So he didn't have that look like haggard and pain.
Yes.
Makes him look so old. He was himself. He looked like Walter. His shoulders were straight, squared. He looked great. He looked sweaty, but he looked great.
That's how
awesome.
Yeah. So we understand just how important, and this story emphasizes sleep. Sleep is so critical. Sleep is so important. It must be had. And when you're in pain, you cannot sleep.
Not at all.
And we talk about the patients, Dr. Scott, their mentality, how the way they look at life when they are in pain is much different than when they're out of pain. They're a completely different person.
Well, Lynn said earlier, I don't know if you remember saying it, but you were like, he's actually pleasant. There's a more pleasant.
He's been very pleasant.
Describe that a little bit.
I mean,
because he's not really unpleasant from what I've seen.
He's not,
but he's always quiet.
Right.
But I'm sure there's a different. Yeah.
As everybody knows, in a marriage, there's.
Yeah.
Okay.
What he said, she said, and the truth. So the truth is, it was really taking a toll on my marriage. I didn't want to be around him. I couldn't wait till he went to New York. And he'd be there for 2 months at a time. And then I'd be all stressed out that he was coming home and grumbly and growly and just not himself.
And like she said earlier, now it looks like him. It looks like him because he feels
I
better.
Met 30 years ago. That's
exactly.
him.
That's cool. That is very cool.
These stories, and we hear these stories week after week. They're just endless. But everyone that we bring in here, just as Lynn today, when I look across this table and see their face, everything they're saying, you can see the passion, you can see the care for you, Dr. Scott, what they appreciate what you've done. You and I talk about the responsibility you've taken on for our area here and the people who can hear our voice, and we know that people come from everywhere to be treated at Advanced Medical Solutions because they hear what you're doing and what's being done out there, and you're it. I mean, you're the best here on the East Coast that anybody's seeing done right now.
Here's why I love it so much. I've experienced it.
Me too.
Here's why you love it so much. Here's why Lynn loves it. Here's why all the people you see here love it so much, and you feel that from them because they've experienced it. You don't know anything until you've experienced it. And you can hear us rattle and talk about all this la, 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 good, call Advanced Medical, please call, everybody's doing good, the rah-rah.
Yes.
Okay? That's what we're here for, to reach out to people.
That's right.
But you do not know until you've experienced it.
Can I just make another point?
Sure.
We touched on this earlier about the inclusiveness of what you need to do to make yourself feel better, and it's all about what you're willing to put into it. I'm talking like I still work there, but from memory, when I work there, I like to tell people to work the program that they're giving you. It works. It just works for you.
It just works.
Don't recreate the wheel.
No.
The wheel is round.
Absolutely
it's
not.
It's the smoothest ride you're going to have. That's
right. You get
right.
so much out of it.
Yes.
I know when I don't get adjusted for a while, all of a sudden my migraines return. That's why I went there in the first place, for migraines. And they started returning. I hadn't been there for 2 months or something, and I can't. I have to do it. I have to.
Yeah, Dr. Scott has talked with me in the past, and he's just his knowledge and understanding of the migraines is so advanced. He's grown so much through his career to arrive where he's at now, from where he started to who he is. And here's a real good question I want to ask you about. Also working with Dr. Scott at the office. Do you know anybody who works harder?
No.
Have you ever worked with anybody who is more of a get on my bus and ride in a seat because my bus goes fast and we do a lot of cool stuff?
I drank the Kool-Aid and I'm on the bus.
Yes.
I drank it. I'm on his bus.
It is I tell you what, the philosophy of how the team works together, the different wheels turning, it's crucial. And you as he just said, you can't understand it until you truly experience it.
No, you really can't. You cannot. There's no making someone understand that.
And then when you experience it, you will never forget it.
You don't.
You can't forget it.
You go back to it.
Tell everyone.
If you get off track, you're like, what am I doing?
Lynn jumped off the train one time.
She did.
She was on the train. It was going real fast.
And then I threw paper
she
at
jumped off. And said, ah! And then she came back. She said, I got to get back on the train.
Put me on the train.
Get me on the train.
I need my seat. Here's my ticket.
And that's awesome. I mean, she understands it. She gets it. Once you get it and you feel it, you never want to go back. It's just not a good place to go.
You don't understand why you allowed yourself to get where you were to begin with.
Because it happens so gradually and you're so accepting of, and you're not really paying attention to what your body's telling you.
But think about, and I'm going to put it in a different frame of words here. Think about how you said to yourself, why did I wait so long? Why didn't I do something about this before? I could have been out of pain. I could have already been out of pain. So maybe you haven't reached that point, and some people never do, but some people look back at the experience and see just how effortless it is to become a patient at Advanced Medical Solutions is.
It is pretty effortless, and when you walk through those doors, it's not only that they're shoving everything medical and at you. It feels like it's family. It feels connected. There's a strong connection with patients, which is so important.
No doubt. And now, don't be mistaken. It's busy and it's moving fast. But when it's your turn to be in whichever section of the office
it's all you.
It's only you, and it's very thorough, and you get exactly what you need. It's not group therapy. It's individualized, and they know your name. And they know your name every time you come through the door.
Yes, they do.
And that's a very important thing that Dr. Scott teaches the team.
We got the best team in medical care.
No doubt.
Best team in medical care.
It is.
I'm proud of them. I love them.
I feel like I'm part of it, so I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The extended team. We talked about that earlier today. You and I meet, and you're like, "Wow, how have I not met this guy before?"
You heard me say that.
Yeah.
I said it to Ava. I was like, "How come I never met him?" I didn't know you heard that.
You both probably been on the scene about the same time.
Yeah. And no, what was great is that I came in just as Dr. Scott went from chiropractic over to the medical side. So it was a very exciting time.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt that, it is fun. It is good to see a mindset like Dr. Scott, to recognize two things that work together better. We were talking about on the way over here, it's a win-win-win. But we say we like the opportunity to have 1 + 1 = more than 2. And that's what he's done here with the practice.
It's amazing.
Well, what we do is I'm addicted to science and God.
Yes.
And I love old, ancient healing techniques, and I so love the new, most advanced technologies. So when you mix God with science and you mix the ancient with the innovative, not only is it very effective, but it's fun.
It is very fun.
It is exciting.
Fun. No, okay, I don't know if everybody's like this, but I could listen to Dr. Scott teach and lecture probably all day in amazement. I'm surprised at how much I've absorbed just by listening to him.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't think I do, but I do.
It is. I'm gonna say this as we start to wrap up. But in all the research I've done, all the research Dr. Scott has done, the variance, the disagreement that we've had in it is practically none. I mean, we've been students of life and science in this amazing new medical, technology, and we really love it. But Dr. Scott, I tell you what, it's been a great week. It's exciting, Lynn. We're glad to have you here today.
It was wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Happy 4th of July,
Happy
everybody.
4th of July.
It's Independence Day.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing everybody back next week. Give us a call. Rick, tell them where to call to set up an appointment to see Dr. Scott at Advanced Medical Solutions.
Thanks a lot, Fulton. You just got through listening to Lynn. You heard her testimony. Are you looking to do what Lynn did? Are you looking to feel better about yourself? Well, if you are looking for something different in medicine and healthcare, if you want to avoid medications, and here's the biggest one, do you want to avoid surgery? Advanced Medical Solutions right here in Myrtle Beach is helping so many people get their lives back by getting them out of pain and getting their bodies working better. If you're looking for that, all you have to do is call 843-997-23.
Yeah, we could have gone another.